This is Aram Jabbari, manager of PR at Atlas, and I'm here with Metaphysics from the Dream Council community, and we're going to talk about the King of Fighters. So, assuming I just got unearthed from beneath a giant boulder and I've never followed a fighting game before, well, tell me, what is the King of Fighters series all about?
Well, at its simplest form, it's really just a 3-on-3 fighting game. It's 2D. It's made by SNK Playmore. The original version of the series was in '94. It was originally developed and released for the arcade, and the newest and latest version of the game will have, there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of improvements, an overhaul in the balance of the game, new characters you guys haven't seen before in the arcade. Basically, a very huge improvement from what you guys may or may have not seen before. There's actually a lot of differences. I don't know if you guys remember Kyo, but he had a run grab, command grab. Well, now it's made completely punishable.
You're beating each other up, right? What's the objective of the King of Fighters?
Well, basically it all comes down to, you guys got a gauge. There's a gauge on each side, representing first player and second player. The whole point of you is to deplete the other person's green bar to 0. Once you get it to 0, you win. There's also time, so if, you know, whatever the time's out on, whoever has the most life, they're the ones that end up winning.
So if you played a fighting game, you know what the King of Fighters is.
Yeah, basically. Knock the dude out, you know what I mean?
Alright, and the basic controls, I played SNK games growing up in the arcades. Just 4 buttons, right?
Yeah, just 4 buttons. It has a light punch, light kick, heavy punch, and a heavy kick.
Tell me a little bit more about the moves in King of Fighters 13.
In any fighting game, it really comes down to fireballs, uppercuts, and command moves. This game is actually pretty flashy, you know, it looks really nice on screen, and there's other things like Neo Maxes, which are real big supers and, you know, real flashy animations and whatnot.
With over 30 fighters to choose from, it's kind of hard to pick. So tell me a little bit more about the process of figuring out who you want to fight with if you're a beginner in the series.
One thing you can do is you can set yourself to play against the computer 1 versus 1. And you can test out all the characters, see what fits you, what character you like. If you want a really flashy character, go for the flashy one, you know, you want to keep it simple. There's a practice mode where you practice all your combos. You get to see strategies, set things up. There's a lot of various situations that you can see to how to get the upper hand, basically.
Right. All that science aside, there seems to be the school of thought where you just pick based on looks. You ever done that?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's in everybody's nature to try to pick a character that they gravitate towards.
Right, and if you were going to choose based on looks, you would choose...
Well, if I'm just staring at the screen for long periods of time, I want to be staring at mine.
Alright, so what about choosing by moveset?
When it comes to movesets, there's various archetypes for characters. There's charge type characters, throw types, fireballs, and then, you know, various combinations of all those. For me, if I was picking a charge character, I'd pick Leona. Really fast, she controls a lot of space, she has a lot of options. Also, there's throw types. Daimon is a really good character, controls a lot of good space as well, and really good with the mix-up.
And then you have maybe the more accessible characters, more like the other fighting games in the genre. They're going to be more comfortable with the fireball type characters.
Yeah, exactly. There's those characters where you push buttons and it looks cool. There's like Kyos and like Kay, Terry, you know, the popular people that have been around the series for a really long time.
Who are your recommendations for characters for beginners?
I'd recommend Kyo. A lot of people use them, a lot of people be able to understand them pretty quickly. Another character I would pick would be Terry. Really easy to use, combos, simple gameplay, pretty linear. You won't have a hard time picking him up. And mine, just for the simple fact she's a fan favorite, you know, everybody's got to pick her up,
You
right?
just want to see her online.
Dude, I don't mind seeing her all day, if you ask me, alright?
Alright, well, I feigned a little bit of ignorance for this video, but really the point was to teach people about the King of Fighters, the upcoming King of Fighters 13, and kind of get people a little acquainted with the ropes of the series and how to play when it comes out. And by the way, it comes out November 22nd. Pre-order and get your 4-CD soundtrack compilation, The King of Soundtracks, from participating retailers. Thank you very much, Metaphysics. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.